Thank you for joining me live from the grooming table. I am Amy Lee, certified professional pet groomer since 2003, but it is absolutely my pleasure to share with you the secrets of the pet grooming industry so you can provide quality care for your beloved pets at home. That's what we do every Monday at 5:30 Eastern Standard Time right here on Go Groomer, live from the grooming table. And I'm so glad you're with me tonight. We got some good things to discuss. I want to remind everybody that one of my goals here on my YouTube channel is to bring a new voice to the pet grooming industry. One that includes pet owners as valuable consumers and not just professional pet groomers. And together we do just an awesome job of that here on Go Groomers. So let's keep up the good work, guys. We are helping each other and helping our pets. Tonight's topic is, should I launch a dog grooming course? Believe me, this is something that has been on my list for quite some time, but I'm really starting to feel it. It's really getting my motor running, my wheels turning, and I've really been researching how I can do this, how I can reach people, how I can build a professional course that is easy to reference, that is easy to utilize, and of course will be of great quality to my viewers, whoever chooses to purchase the course. The focus of that course will be basically new dog grooming course for beginners, okay? So let me explain where I'm trying to fit in here, or where I'm trying to help. For the new beginner groomer or the home groomer, basically the very beginner. Basic dog grooming methods, what tools you need to get started in the pet grooming industry or just in pet grooming, and how they work and how to use them. Those are some very, very important areas that I think need a little more focus when somebody is looking for some instruction. I do want to say this, guys, there are already some wonderful dog grooming courses available online, such as the Paragon School of Pet Grooming and Nash Academy. I've linked both of these. These are just a couple that I recommend, but I have linked them in the description below, so you can go and check out their websites and find out what their courses have to offer. But my dog grooming course, it should showcase the very basics, almost like a pre-dog grooming class, focusing on proper brushing, bathing, and coat prep before we even apply our pet trims. Shortcuts to simplify dog grooming for the home groomer who is just looking to do the best they can for their pet at home. I feel there is not a place for home groomers to learn. Most courses give too much information and are really tailored towards the person looking to begin a career in pet grooming. I want to bridge the gap between that course and the home groomer. I want to bridge the gap between the person wanting to just groom their dogs without having to pay for a full professional dog grooming course, and the person who might just want to learn a little bit, learn simple and safe pet trimming. Not necessarily that they're looking to become a pet groomer. We can always improve the trim, that we apply to our pets that we groom, but if we don't prepare the coat right before trimming, the final result will never be great. So I'm feeling like this should be something like an in-depth training on brushes, clippers, blades, guard combs, shears, blenders, techniques, as well as trimming nails, cleaning and plucking ears, essential products, and how to use them. What are those essential products? Just the ones you really need to focus on, because the home groomer basically just needs what they need. They don't need all of the information. They don't need to take a $3,000 pet grooming course if they don't have to, because they are going to be getting a lot of information that they're really not going to be utilizing. I'm trying to create something that is going to help people groom dogs safely and quickly, and easiest on the beginner and easiest on the pet. But at the same time, really focusing hard on how to use those tools, what those tools are, where to get them, how to utilize these proper techniques to brush out your dog, to bathe your dog. All these safe practices that are going to give you an amazing experience to start grooming your pet, and obviously not going to cost you $1,000, because you don't want to go and learn how to groom every dog, or to just, you're not looking to be a professional pet groomer as a career, but you do want to know how to do it properly, safely, what you need, not excessive tools, just what you need and how to use them. But I will tell you that you do have to have quality tools, no matter what. You're grooming a dog, you need something that's going to be safe, it's going to be effective, and it's going to get the job done, and it's going to be comfortable to you and to your pet. So those are all the things that I'm feeling like we should focus on in this pet grooming course that I would like to create. I'm not even sure what I would want to call it, pet grooming course. I don't want to confuse people to think that I'm teaching them how to be a professional pet groomer. Rose, you better put that wallet away. Don't you start with me, girl. Now you put it away. Rose, I tell you what, you are killing me, girl. I love you. I appreciate it, and I know you appreciate it. You are so getting saluted. Yes, you are. You're killing me. So, does that sound, like something that I need to do? Because as I keep thinking, do I do it? Do I start, trying to put together some real pet grooming courses? And I just feel like there is some other companies and facilities out there that have just already nailed it. I don't need to do it. But I also look and see the needs of my audience, which a lot of you are pet owners looking to really do this yourself, and you're doing a fantastic bang-up job because you're learning as much as you can, but the information is so limited to you. Do you want to go take a $3,000 course? You're probably like, no, I just can't justify that, but I also want to groom my dog safely and effectively. So I want this course to fill that position. I really do, because I really feel like I can relate to the very, very beginner learner. I feel I can relate to them very well. I feel like I can help them understand easily and not give them too much information that is just going to confuse the whole scenario for them. So I really want to do it. And I've been researching some ways. Obviously, it will be online, but it will definitely be with video. Okay, so there will be other information, downloadable information as well, that you can keep to refer to, kind of like our 11 steps to dog grooming, and that is linked in the description below too. If nobody has taken advantage of downloading that free for themselves, that you can print it out or just download it, please do, because what those 11 steps are geared to do is to keep you on track, give you something to refer to and to reference if you're grooming your dog at home, so you don't miss a step, and so you don't question where you're at in the steps of the groom. It's just kind of laid out there for you so you can follow along. Basically, it's very basic, simple, easy to read, easy to comprehend. And, that's kind of the steps that I would follow in teaching. But what I would focus on first, before we even talk about putting a clipper to a dog, is really understanding the capabilities of our tools, how to use them, when to use them, and what tools you need. And as a home groomer, your kit doesn't have to be excessive. So I will nail it down to just quality products and tools that you need, and we'll go from there. And I just think that it would be so helpful, because here's the thing. People already are grooming their dogs at home, whether or not because they have to or they want to. So why not have something affordable that they can have to learn safe practices for their dogs. Grooming is not easy. It is not easy. So, you know, if we can simplify that in any way and help people understand the safe way to go about pet grooming and eliminate all the other things that just really aren't necessary for the very beginner groomer who's just grooming their own pet. You know, I mean, the course could be helpful to somebody who is thinking of getting into pet grooming, but doesn't want to take the plunge and spend $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 on an online course. They can spend, say, maybe $99 on part 1 of my course, which just goes over the tools, or part 2, which goes over, you know, what setup you need to work with your dog, you know. So we could have it in tiers that you could really just purchase what you need to know. If you've already, you know, got your tools in place, you've already got your setup, your grooming table, your grooming arm, your groomer's harness, you've already got that situation set up for you. Maybe you want to start on step 3, which is the very basics of pet grooming, you know, trimming nails, trimming pads, trimming feet, plucking ears, cleaning ears, bathing, brushing extensively, and then moving forward into other tiers, so that you can just purchase the tier that you need and not purchase what you don't need. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. I see we have some questions, and I hope this is a topic you guys are all interested in. I think it is. I was seeing some heck yeahs in the chat and everything. CMM says, when clearing the inner corner of my miniature Schnauzer's eyes, what angle do I use? Do I run down the tear duct towards the nose or up and over the nose? Nope, you don't come down the nose at all. You just on a 45-degree angle. So I always talk about an inverted V when we're clearing out the stop area of a dog. You're just gonna, so picture your clippers holding this way, and you're gonna come forward just a little bit, maybe like 1/4 of an inch. You're just getting rid of that goober area. So 45-degree angle, you hold your blade and you just scoop forward a little bit, about 1/4 of an inch, and that's it. That's all you do. So hopefully that helps you, CMM. I hope I didn't miss any questions. I see Raquel's reminding everybody to put a line before your question, then I definitely will be able to see it. Thank you, Raquel. Latricia says, yes, that sounds great. Amy Lee, all right. I know, and something, you know, affordable that you can purchase what you need. I've really looked into some really cool areas that I could team up with to get this done online. One is called Podia. I'm really interested in that, and I'm thinking about taking the plunge and getting started with Podia. I can not only just upload courses there, I can also have digital products, you know, like the things that I have you guys download. I can have them there. Maybe they'll be free. Maybe some of them will be paid products, but they'll all be there, and I'll be able to reach my audience there too through that platform. It just seems like a really good one. So that you guys don't need to worry about it, but I think Podia is the way we're going to go. Catherine says, Amy, I'm in school and I feel that I will be certified bather very soon. Face and scissor education. I am learning from your videos. Do you give private lessons? I live in New Jersey. I don't advertise that I do that, Catherine, but I have had a couple people come and spend an afternoon or a day with me, or basically bring their dog and we can groom it together so that I can, show you what to do, as well as then say, okay, now you do this side, I will do this side, you do that side, and then do some critiquing together. So, Catherine, that is something that I do entertain, just because I don't mind doing it, but I'm not out there looking for people to come and learn from me. So if you want to learn, if you want to groom a dog with me, Catherine, and bring one of your dogs, that would be a great dog for a haircut, like, something like anything poodle-y, Shih Tzu, or, a Schnauzer, or a breed-specific, Bichon, whatever. That would be very beneficial, and we could talk about that. I have done that before. It's usually around $300. But we spend a lot of time together, and we take a lot of notes, jot down our things. So just email me if that's something you're interested in, Catherine, and we'll see what we can set up, okay? Sometimes I feel like people that are in class, especially an online class, they are just a little nervous to then start applying everything to, you know, the real deal, more than like just 1 dog a week, 2 dogs a week that they're doing in school. They're nervous. So having that time to come to somebody who has more experience and confidence and say, okay, I'm going to groom here with you. I want you to tell me what you would do, how we would start this groom, and then we'll talk about it, and then that person will start the groom. And maybe I'll groom half of the dog and they'll groom half. You know, I'll groom the front leg, they'll groom the other front leg. We'll share pads, we'll share nail trimming. It's just a very intimate way to learn, especially if you're not rushed. If it's, you know, just me and you and that dog and that's all we're doing today. So you're there to learn. I definitely do entertain that. Okay. Linda says, let's do it. I trust you and love you. I know, honey. Okay. I am really excited about it, and I'm really excited to hear your feelings on this, my friends. Definitely. That makes me feel like it's something that you would definitely be looking for, and it also gives me the momentum to create something pretty epic for you and affordable. I'm just looking here. My chat bumps around a little bit. Okay. Here we go. Yeah, now Aya, I see Aya didn't have a question. She said, I opened my own business after my course and became certified. I am so busy now. I'm booking into July and August. That is extremely awesome to hear, Aya, because I knew there's just not enough pet groomers. There really isn't. And then once people start bringing their pets to you and then they like the way that you interact with their dog and they like the work you produce, they're just going to go and tell everybody, you got to go to Aya, you got to go to Aya. And then before you know it, you're overbooked. And don't overbook because you'll burn out. So only do what you can, honey, but good for you. I know you went through that course. You did it. And it's just, I'm so proud of you, Aya. Good for you. Terry says, one of my dogs has nails that curve and they're black. Yeah, I know everybody's afraid of that. It's hit or miss. Is a Dremel tool better than clippers? Not really for this type of nail. Not really. I mean, you can injure a dog with a Dremel too, and you can also go too far and hurt the dog, you know, with the Dremel. So I wouldn't say that a Dremel is going to be more beneficial, especially to somebody who's a little less experienced with nail trimming. I think the Dremel might be a little awkward for you, and it'd be a little awkward for your dog. So I think I have several videos on my videos on my channel about nail trimming, Terry, that really go in depth about it. Just keep watching. Black nails don't matter one bit to me. When I'm trimming nails, I'm not like, oh, this is a black nail. I have no idea what I'm doing. There is a way to determine. You know, you take a little bit, and when you start seeing that little black dot in the middle of the nail, then you don't go any further, then you're getting close to the quick. So watch those videos. They should help you. And Linda says, I'm trying to groom my Yorkie. It's not easy. She's 1 year old and has never been to a groomer except for nail trims, which they never did a good job. Her nails are mostly black. Well, maybe she's a little hard to work with, possibly because she is a year old, Linda, and hasn't had a lot of training there with grooming. Because grooming, you know, a dog has to learn to adapt to grooming tables and grooming tools, and just being handled and touched in those ways, they're not used to that. So when we're grooming them, we have to handle them a certain way, touch them in certain places that they're not used to. So they're going to be, you know, a little upset about it at first. That's why it's always good to have short brushing sessions or something with your dog up on a grooming table, a portable grooming table. They're affordable, guys. You can purchase them to do all your brush outs, your ear cleaning, your nail trimming, or whatever, and then take the you know, let the groomer do the rest if you don't want to do it, and just keep yourself on a schedule. But having those sessions with the dog really teaches them to accept grooming. And if they don't get many grooming sessions and they get thrown to grooming, they're going to be pretty upset about it. So I definitely encourage you to handle your dog up on a grooming table. You know, touch them, touch their feet, pick the feet up, make them stand. Don't let them hug all over you. That's not grooming. You can't do what you got to do. You got to make them stand and have that confidence on the grooming table, and their behavior will start to go in a better direction for you. Let's see here. Rose says, I struggle with filling and tubular legs. Any tips? That's a tough one. You know, that's hand scissoring, Rose. It takes time to get better at it. There are theories of how to do it when you want to get a nice pillared leg. You know, I usually angle out the leg. We're going to use my new Kenchi grooming spray as a leg. Okay, so if I'm setting the length on a leg, I'll set it in a square length. So this side, I'll come straight down this side. I'll come straight down the front and straight down the back. Then all you got to do is round those corners. Okay, you've kind of created a square. Now you want to turn it in. You've created a square, and now you want to turn it into more of a circle. So, but it takes practice. Scissor work is very hard when you're beginning. It just seems like it's something you're never going to learn, but you will. Trust me, you will. The more you do it, the better you'll get. It's one of the harder things to do as a beginner, Rose. So don't get too stressed. Try to focus on your pet trims. You know, just a pet trim. Use your guard combs as much as possible, because you are doing pet grooming. You're not doing show grooming. You're hopefully not attracting clients with show dogs, because you're like, I'm a beginner. That's not my specialty, you know. So with pet trimming is just nice, simple cuts that are comfortable for the dog to wear, that are comfortable for the owner to maintain between grooming appointments. So you always want to pick a good length that is something that the dog is going to be able to have fun and be comfortable in, but still leaves some coat on the dog so they have protection from the sun and from allergens and all that. But also something that's easy for the pet client to maintain in between. And some people just don't brush their dog because they're afraid to. So you have to understand, hey, this client is not going to brush their dog in 6 weeks, and that's just the way it is. So what trim would best suit that dog so they don't walk around with mats? You got to figure it out. You got to do what's best for the dog. You'll get there, Rose, no worries. Sandra says, could you answer our questions through your new school? Well, I feel like that's more what this is for, and our channel memberships. Like, we just got together this Saturday, our channel members, and we did some pretty cool stuff together. We had one of our members, Lori, had a big golden doodle that she struggles with how to groom the head. So she had him there and had him prepped and ready, and just wanted some advice and tips. What can I do? So we walked her through different things, and she's like, oh, I like that. That looks great. That works. I never thought of that. We just kind of problem solved together on as a channel member. That's one of the things we do. We get together twice a month. If you can't always make the Zooms, it's okay, because I do record them and put them back on the channel, and only members will get the link. So that's kind of what the member section of my channel is for. It's just a definitely more intimate experience to help you with your specific issues. But the course is going to hopefully be, cover all those issues that you may struggle with, but also, give you something to refer to whenever you want it too, So we'll see. I'll take as much feedback from you guys as you're willing to give me to incorporate any of your thoughts into, building this. I shouldn't say this course. It's going to be courses. It's going to be more than one, because I'm not going to throw it all into one, because then I will have to charge more for it, and that's not even what I'm going for. I'm not going to give you guys an all-in-one class, because as I said, there's great schools that already provide that. I don't need to tap into that. The Paragon School, Nash Academy are just a few to name that I highly recommend, guys, if you're looking to learn to be a pet groomer, and to get an actual certification. then you need to go there. My courses are going to be a little bit different, I would think. So I will be keeping you guys posted on everything. Fluffing. Okay, Rose, no problem. I think you mean a pillared leg. Okay, Brandy says, yes, please. I hear you, Brandy. I know. All right, Latricia says, Amy Lee, I've really enjoyed your Zoom sessions. I really hate that I missed this past Saturday because time got away from me. Will you continue these sessions? Yes, Latricia. I'm trying to do this every 2 weeks. Now, listen, I did put it up there. You can go and rewatch it, Latricia, because you're a member. So I did post it on my community tab on my YouTube channel. If you look across, there's a tab that'll say like home, videos, playlist, community. Click on the community tab. There's a link there, Latricia, that you can rewatch it if you want to. So I always try to record it and put it up on the replay because I know everybody can't be there. But at least you as members can see everything that went down in the meeting. And usually it ends up being pretty interesting. We never know where it's gonna go, but it gets very interesting. So yes, Latricia, it's gonna be an every 2 week thing. There may be some times that we can't, due to vacation or holidays or whatever. But I'm standing committed to it. Okay, I'm telling you guys, I am committed to that every 2 weeks on a Saturday for my channel members. So, because I appreciate it, and I know it's helping you, and that makes me feel good. So, Sherry says, where's the 11 steps to grooming document to download? I think it's in the description of this video. Yeah, it is. It says download and print for free. It's one of the first little links there, guys. Okay? It's in the description. If you click on the little, if you close the chat and click on the triangle to drop down everything that's underneath my video in the description, it's there. And it's free, so you can download it and print it out. It's helpful. Anything is helpful, as a reference, but a lot of people have told me they really enjoyed having that, so I thought I would throw the link back out there for you guys, just remind you that it's there for you, in case you missed it. Rose says, I struggle with what to charge. I had a lady pay me $6 for her dog's groom and $6 for a dog's groom and walked out. Her son took their dog. $6 for a groom is ridiculous. We can't do that. What you got to do, Rose, is as you're learning and you're a beginner, you do want to charge a little less, and you want to make sure you tell your clients, I'm still perfecting my skills here. I know all the basics. I know how to be safe, but I'm still perfecting my skills. So for now, I'm giving you guys kind of a 10% discount as to what I will be charging when I feel like my skills are up to par. Okay? And you'll know when they are, Rose. You'll know when you're feeling more confident, you're able to stay on schedule easier. You'll know when you hit that spot where you're like, now I'm going to go for the full price. I'm going to charge full. And they have to expect it because you deserve it. You're doing a lot of work. So you just need to tell them, hey, look, for now, I'm perfecting my craft. So I am charging you slightly less. Slightly, Rose, not a lot. You're still doing a lot of work with that dog, with the bathing, the brushing. The clipping work and the scissor work may not be perfect, but you're still doing right by that dog and you're still doing work. So you have to charge for it. Jane says, just adopted an 8-year-old Shih Tzu. Oh, Jane, you did. You just emailed me last week and said you were trying to see about adopting this. Jane recently lost her Teddy, her Schnauzer. He's a beautiful little boy. He was getting pretty old and he passed away. Broke her heart. I know how it is. But she just adopted an 8-year-old Shih Tzu. I'm so glad. Or a Lhasa Mix. She's not sure. How long should I wait to bathe and groom her? She is stubborn and growls and bites. Well, Jane, I'm not sure if you have a grooming table. I think you do, or either that or you said you groom up on the countertop, but I think you do have a grooming arm. You definitely want to have her secured nicely and just work with her up there. You don't have to go for the full groom or anything. Start brushing her up there, like I was explaining earlier. Start getting her used to being handled by you in that way. She may not be so used to it. You know, so she's at this point not too accepting of it. Kelly just became a member. Welcome to the hounds, Kelly. Nice job. Glad to have you. So Jane, I say start working with her a little bit, 10 minutes at a time. You've got to start bonding with her in that grooming area, wherever it is you're going to groom her every time. Start her up there in that area and brushing. Maybe, you know, see if you can clip her nails. Just do some things. Handle her. Pick her feet up. You don't even have to scissor or clip. Just pick her feet up. Just act like you would if you were grooming her. Just get her used to it. And the rest will follow. I do think that all dogs can be worked with if they're worked. You know, somebody that only brings their dog in once a year and it's all mad and it gets groomed, that dog is never really ever going to accept grooming. You know, and there are some dogs that will just accept anything and they are the exception. But most dogs won't. So it's just a matter of working with them, guys, and repetitively working with them. Gigi says, please, please do one. You have helped me so much in so many ways talking about the course. I will, Gigi. I think it's just a direction that we must go in. I think that you guys have all learned so much from the channel already and still are. But this is just going to give you that extra really nice focus area of what you're really needing help with. So I think it would be great. I think I can put something together that's really nice. Terry says, I've never caught the quick, but I know that I don't get them short enough. I'll watch. Thank you. Yeah, it's okay. You're probably still a little nervous too, Terry, and that's why, and I'm glad you never quicked the dog. And if you do accidentally get the quick a little bit, it's not the end of the world. Just calm down. Make sure you have quick stop on hand if you're going to trim nails. And be very cautious and take your time. But it does happen, so don't feel like you're the worst person in the world if you do accidentally quick a nail. The dog's going to be okay. But just focus. Watch those videos on trimming the dog's nails. I think it'll give you some confidence and it'll help you a little bit. I'm pretty sure it will. Rebecca says, yes, of course. That helps to answer questions such as why some groomers don't pluck ears. Amy, why? Okay, you want to know why some groomers don't pluck ears. Okay. Well, some dogs actually do not even need their ears plucked, so I don't know if that's what you mean or if there's some groomers that say, I will not pluck a dog's ear. I guess that's their prerogative, but my opinion is if a dog's ear gets packed with hair because they're just that type of breed that grows a lot of ear hair, like our poodles, Shih Tzus, Schnauzers are known for lots and lots of ear hair. That needs to come out. It needs to come out. And you don't want to wait until it's an absolute abundance, like 6 months worth of ear hair. Because then plucking all that out could leave it a little sore just because it's so much that you removed. It shouldn't, but it could. So, you know, having them on a regular grooming schedule, whether you do it or the groomer does it, if the ears need plucked, I say they need plucked. That's my opinion. I know a lot of vets say the same thing, and then other vets say, no, don't pluck them. It's, I guess, a professional opinion. But my opinion is, yes, it does need done. Absolutely. Okay. You're welcome, Rose. No problem. Lori, there's Lori. Lori, that was so helpful what you did. Lori's the one that had this really big, beautiful golden doodle or labradoodle. I think he was a golden doodle. His name was Memphis. But she was demonstrating on him he was the demo dog in our live session and our member session. And we were all talking about different tips and tricks, and I was kind of guiding her and gave her some new information, new ways to thin down the cheeks and just showcasing those techniques. And Lori, you did really good. So he looked good. I hope it helped you. CMM says, when I bought my clippers, also bought an Oster maintenance kit that has blade wash, blade lube, and blade cool. I know the last one cools the hot blades, but unsure of the others. Okay, blade wash is another way to disinfect your blades. There's Oster does have a blade wash. I think I know exactly the one. It's more one you would dip the running blade into. I'm not a big fan of it. It just tends to be a little messy, and I don't really like having oily stuff around my area. So I prefer to just use clipper blade oil to oil my blades, and I clean them with Cool Lube and is Cool Care. The blade wash is to clean them. The Cool Lube is to just cool the blade. Some products are more of a 4-in-1, 5-in-1. They are a rust protector. They lubricate, they cool the blade, and they clean the blade. Whereas others are just blade cool or blade cleaner. So that might be why they sent you 3 CMM, especially the Oster products. I think they are more one product does one thing. So the blade lube is your clipper blade. Lubricates the blade. The blade wash is your disinfectant, and your Cool Lube is if the blade gets hot. Aya says, I have all my work in binders. If you want any ideas, let me know. My course is in sections, maybe give you ideas. I have kind of a layout. Thank you, Aya. I appreciate it. I have kind of a layout already, but like I said, I'm not trying to mimic other courses out there that are already geared towards someone looking to be a pet groomer as a profession. I'm looking to put a course up there that focuses more on the products, the blades. Gigi just became a member. Welcome to the Hounds, Gigi. Yeah, I think my course is just going to be a little different than anything out there, and that's kind of what I want to do. That's what I want to do. I want to keep it a little simple but very effective. I still have all my old information from my course, Aya, too, which it hasn't changed. Dog grooming is dog grooming. You know, every now and then we get some new tools that come out on the market, but the actual methods are the same. Kelly says, how do we sign up to become a member? There's a join button under my videos, and I think you have to be on either an iPhone or a desktop to see the join button. The join button allows you to join the channel and become a member. If you're not sure, just type in a YouTube search, how to become a channel member, and you'll find a ton of videos showing you how to do it, okay? And it's not hard, but sometimes it depends on what device you're on. MW says you are a very good teacher. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. I do. I try. I think we're all good together. I think we gel together very well. You guys bring out the best in me when it comes to teaching. Yeah, I'm excited too. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be a lot of work, and I'm very critical, so it's gonna take some time to perfect. I will keep you guys posted as to how it's going. If I'm, you know, getting anywhere with it, where I'm at with it, and you name it. Tasha says, hello, you are my favorite groomer. My question is, when will grooming class start? Tomorrow. No, I think it's very important, Tasha, for me to have a goal, a date set. I do, because I think it'll keep pushing me to get it done. So, I mean, I'd like to say that I do have a lot of busy stuff coming up, but if I could get that done before Christmas, that would kind of be a nice little Christmas gift for you guys, wouldn't it? I'd like to have it done by the end of the year. I think it's doable. So, I'll keep you posted, guys. So, just hang tight. And it may be done sooner. I may be able to get it done sooner, but like I said, I'm going to be very critical of it. I'm going to have a lot of other people take a look at it too, to make sure that everything is very easy and cohesive. You know, I just want to make sure that everybody's going to get the most out of it. Karen says, soaking dogs' feet helps soften nails before cutting. Slightly, it does, but it isn't like you really want to worry about them being soft. I always like to cut the nails after I bathe the dogs, because the dogs are a little softer. They're just not as brittle. Some dogs have very brittle nails. So the bath kind of adds a little moisture, and they're less likely to be all splintery and stuff. That's all. But I'm not sure if soaking, it would help a little bit, Karen. Lee says, Amy, when will you be demonstrating the new force dry? Oh, I'm glad you asked. The new force dry that you originally spoke of, I am looking to buy one, and I'm waiting to see what you show us. I just heard from, I had that video done Friday, and it is a great demo. And I will tell you guys, I do like the product. I do. And here's the problem. They sell it, they're selling on Amazon, and apparently something is going up with their store. They had to take that product down. So I don't know why, but I reached out to them. I was pretty upset because I was done with the video, and I know you guys were going to love it and be like, where can I get that product? And the link wasn't there. It wasn't working. It was not linked to the product anymore. So I finally heard from them this morning, and they said they're so sorry. They're having some issues with their storefront, that should be resolved within 7 to 14 days. And they just wanted me to hold off on the video until then, obviously, so that, you know, because you guys are going to be like, okay, where can I get this? The price point is really nice on this product, and it's industrial. I could give you guys you did get a sneak peek of it. I did throw it up in on Instagram and Facebook, I think. But I'm impressed. And the demo is very thorough. It was a great demo, and I can't wait for you guys to have it. So it's coming. Janet, did Janet just become a member? Welcome to the hounds, Janet. So Lee, yes, should be within a week to 2 weeks. As soon as they tell me, it's already uploaded. I just wish I could show you. It's already uploaded. I just can't release it until I have a link that's active. So that's where that's at. Miss Kelsey says, I still can't find the wall KM cordless anywhere. Oh, the cordless KM? Okay, do you still recommend it, or what else? My standard poodle girl is in a sweetheart clip, and I want to learn how to do it. My Andis 2-speed gets hot. Okay, well, Andis 2-speed, that should be a good clipper for that. Maybe it just needs a little servicing and cleaned out. You can take your clipper apart and get all the hair out of it. It can make it run hot. It may also need oiled. But the KM10 products seem to be selling out quickly. A lot of the Andis are too. I did notice that on was Groomer's Choice. I was looking because somebody was asking me. They couldn't get the KM10. It's sold out. It will restock. All these places will continue to restock. It's just they only will get like 10 or 20 clippers, and they sell out right away. So you just have to keep checking on groomerschoice.com, petedge.com, chewy.com, Ryan's Pet Supplies, Love Groomers. Those are all some very reputable companies that I would say definitely purchase your products from them. And they'll be restocking. But Andis has some 2-speeds that I did notice were in stock on Groomer's Choice. So you might want to go ahead and go for an Andis. If you're looking for a cordless clipper, Andis just came out with a new cordless. It's a pulse something, but it's a detachable blade clipper. It's like the KM cordless, and that's getting some pretty good reviews. I haven't used it, so I can't tell you what I feel about it, but it seemed, from what I can tell, it looks like a very nice clipper, and it's probably going to sell out too. Because it seems like a lot of people like it. So go check out the new Andis cordless detachable blade clipper. It is called a Pulse VR, XR, or something. I'm not sure. But go check it out. I think that might help you, Miss Kelsey. Jane says, thank you, Amy. Little Moki, is 8 to 9 pounds overweight. She's a black butterball. I will have to be very careful clipping due to her weight. Lots of walks coming in. You'll get a little bit of that weight off her, Jane, and she'll probably start being a little less grumpy too, because it's probably a lot on her joints and stuff, you know. But good. I'm so glad for you, Jane, and I hope that you and her are just bonding like crazy. You're welcome, CMM. No problem. I also wanted to tell you guys that I was filming Thursday with a filmographer. He's about 2 hours away. He was just wonderful to work with. His name's Charlie McClanahan, and you can actually look him up on Instagram. He was wonderful, and we filmed 3 different videos that we're going to be working on editing together and stuff. So those 3 videos are a Shih Tzu groom, a Maltese groom, and a little mixed breed groom, which was like a Cavapoo, I think she is. And so those are videos that are coming for you too on the channel. They'll be for everybody, and they're going to be really good. So keep your eyes out for that. I'm anxious to see what it's like to give some of that to another professional. You know, take a little bit of, because if I'm having somebody do some filming and editing for me, then I do have more time to do stuff like create a course and, you know, to go groom with other people and film it and stuff like that. It's just all things I want to do. So we're getting there, guys. We're getting to some real fun places right here on this channel, because it's finally making enough money that it's given me opportunity to hand over some responsibilities to another professional while I can focus on other things and bring even more to the channel. So I'm just so excited. Lori says, Amy, where did you train? I trained from DOG Academy, and it was a correspondence course. That was my initial basic dog grooming training. Back in 2003 is when I finished. Livy, don't scratch. And that was before internet was the way it is now. So our correspondence was through Polaroid pictures, phone calls, letters in the mail. It was crazy, and it took me a while, about 9 months to finish. But it was a good course. It really was. And that just gave me my basics. From there, I never stopped learning. I took seminar courses from some of my favorites, you know, Jody Murphy, Sally Hawks, Diane Badalak, Chris Pulowski. Yeah. It looks like somebody wants to jump in my live stream. This little girl is being relentless. She's just being relentless. I think your food bowl's empty and you're really trying to get me away from the computer and over to your food, aren't you? She's such a cute little girl. I know. I'll get you later. Look at her. She's so sassy. Oh, Livy. All right. You know what? I'm going to get you down for a little while. You go find something to do. I know. So that's where I learned, but I continued my training, Lori. And Jody Murphy has some awesome videos, and she now has channel member videos on her website, meaning that you can subscribe to watch those videos. She's an amazing groomer. So I mean, there's so many ways to keep sharpening your tools as a groomer, you know, and I still do. I have so much to learn. I was talking with a girl I met on Clubhouse. She grooms in New York City. Really cool girl. And she said one of her favorite things and something she does a lot of is Asian fusion trims. And I said, can I come and spend a day with you at some point and you show me some of your tricks with Asian fusion, and I can record it and I can share it on my YouTube channel, and you can teach me how to do, you know, some of your tricks? She said, absolutely. I mean, I have so many cool things lined up to go and groom with some awesome people. I saw in the chat, Suzanne's in the chat. She's under Groomer's Harness, I think. Suzanne, yeah, Groomer's Harness. That's Suzanne. She's a groomer in, now I have cat hair stuck to me. She's a groomer in Florida. And she has a wonderful grooming business. She competes. She also, she competes at grooming shows. She does a lot of hand scissoring. She does a lot of breed-specific trims. And I'm planning to come to see her and learn how to do a Bedlington Terrier because I've never done one. So just that kind of stuff, and filming these experiences for you guys and putting together some cool content. It's just going to help everybody, you know, learn too. And I know you guys will enjoy it so much. I am planning to groom with another groomer on April 16th. She's a local groomer. We're planning to scissor a Pomeranian together. That's going to be filmed. So that's coming too. There's just all kinds of cool stuff. So hang tight, guys. I'll try to get it all edited as quickly as I can. Monica says, what do you recommend for a small mini shaver to clean the paw pads and intimate, delicate areas, sanitary areas? I have a Maltipoo and live in Canada. Thanks. Awesome, Monica. Well, if you're going to be using in the sanitary area as well, not just the pads, then you're really going to need like a 4-in-1 adjustable blade clipper or a 5-in-1 adjustable blade clipper. I like the Kenchi Flash clipper. I think they do ship to Canada, but that's adjustable because you can adjust for the paw pads to like a 15 blade, but for the private areas you definitely want to go with a 10 blade. You don't want to go any shorter. The higher the number, the shorter the clip. So a 15 clips shorter than a 10. A 30 clips shorter than a 15. Okay. So that's why if you're going to be trimming up in the sanitary areas too, you're really going to need a 5-in-1 clipper. Now the Arco makes a 5-in-1. I think that's probably about the least expensive 5-in-1 clipper on the market, and that's a wall Arco. But make sure it's the 5-in-1, so you do have that 10 blade as well as a 15 and 30 blade to do the pads of feet. So that's probably about the best bang for your buck. Miss Kelsey says, my young standard poodle's good for her grooms, but wiggles and blocks me, hides paws, mouths, even with the loop on the grooming table and when I'm working on the opposite paw. Tips for helping dogs to be still. Yes, one thing you can do if you're working on one foot, just pick up the other foot. So if you're working on one front foot, pick up the opposite foot, and then they are forced to keep the foot on the ground so you can scissor around it. And same with the back legs. Sometimes I'll pick up a back leg, not way up, just pick it up off the table. It just makes them stand still. Keeping your hands on them at all times helps them behave better. So as I'm trimming, I'll always keep my hand right under their belly, touching them. So they know I'm touching them. This is what I want you to do. I want you to stand here. I'm not making them stand. They're doing it on their own, but it's reminding them and distracting them from doing other bad things. So that's kind of one of my best tips, Miss Kelsey, for how I keep them behaving while I'm grooming. Deborah Rose says, I had a hard time putting on the blade on my new clippers. I had to adjust the blade to get it on. Is this normal for new clipper blades, Wallcam 10? No, honey, you shouldn't have to adjust it at all. Did you watch, was it last week in our live stream, last week, about clipper blades and snap-on combs? I think that's when I showed you how to put on the blade, you know, how that works. Put it on your detachable blade clipper. So maybe there's something you're just not doing right. Did you try another blade, Deborah? Because I think they usually come with a 10 blade, a brand new one. It should. So I always oil my blade right out of the gate too, because I want it to, you know, it hasn't been oiled in a while. So I would definitely recommend that. Rose says, what shampoo removed the dog stink? Oh, there's a lot of them. I use the degreaser and the Nature Specialty shampoo and condition, but the one pet smells like wet dog. Nature Specialty has a really nice, what is it called? I think it's called Odor Terminator or something like that. Oh, forget. They make a de-smelly. It comes in a spray too, but they also make a shampoo, and that really neutralizes odors very well. Another thing that you can do, Barbara just became a member. Welcome to the Hound. Another thing that you can do if they're a little smelly is dilute a little bit of vinegar and water in a spray bottle and spray it on the coat after you've cleaned it. That's a good, it's actually good for the skin and coat, but it also is a good odor neutralizer. Just don't get it in the eyes. But that might help too, Rose. But that product by Nature Specialty is really nice. They make a shampoo, and they also have a coupling spray that goes with it that you would mist on the dog when they're still damp and out of the tub. Kelly says, can you talk a little bit about grooming expos? Oh, my favorite thing. And which ones you would recommend on the East Coast, especially for a beginner groomer and first timer? Yes, I can, honey. Kelly, talk about getting your mojo going. Go to a groom expo, especially if you're new to grooming. Is that right? Beginner groomer, first timer. Just the energy there, and everything about the industry is there in under one roof. It's so exciting. Then you've got dog competitions going on here, grooming competitions. You've got demos going on at your Wall, Oster, and Andis booths. And, you know, you've got the Kinchy Flash booth with all these beautiful scissors just glistening in the light. I mean, the energy is just wonderful. And everything dog grooming is there. So on the East Coast, I'm on the East Coast. One of my favorite shows is the Hershey Groom Expo, and that's in September. I don't know where on the East Coast you are. I know I'm going to be joining Suzanne, who's Groomer's Harness here in this chat. She's in Orlando, and there's a great National Dog Groomers Association of America puts on a nice expo show. It'll be in the beginning of November. So there is, if you guys get the Groomer to Groomer magazine, or you can look up Groomer to Groomer magazine online by Barkley Productions, you can view it for free in digital format. They always have a show lineup, usually towards the back or on the very back page of their, it's a little magazine. It's called Groomer to Groomer, and it's on BarkleyProductions.com's website, and they always have the itinerary there. So check that out, Kelly. I love grooming shows. I love it because I get to meet a lot of other people like me, which are groomers. I get to talk directly to the manufacturers of some of my favorite products. So if there's things that I'm curious about or want to know more about, they are all there and ready to educate you on their products. It's just great. I love going. I wish I could go to all of them, but I can't. There's a really fun one in Las Vegas too every year. That's in September. Ashley says the new Andis is an XL cordless. Is that what it's called? The XL? I thought it had another name like Endurance, or maybe I'm confused. Anyway, it's pretty neat, she says, and it's a brushless motor, and I'm so happy about that. We want brushless motors, absolutely. So Andis just went up a couple notches in my book for that. We'll see if the blade drive lasts, because that's the next thing I don't like about Andis clippers. The blade drive always goes out on it, like it starts making the blade knock. And the Wall Cam 10, I haven't replaced my blade drive yet. So that blows my mind. But have you ever groomed a Havanese or a Havanese mix? Absolutely, Maria. Yes, I have. And a pet trim. Normally that would be a dog in full coat. But yeah, we just do a pet trim. Really cute. Nice little fluffy face, pretty ears, fluffy tail. Yeah, they're a really nice breed. I do like the breed. Okay, and Deborah says, Raquel, they wouldn't move. Oh, I think we're still talking about, hey, Deborah, if there's something wrong with the clipper, then definitely contact the person that you bought it from and say, something seems to be wrong. I mean, it's possible that something could be wrong. And Monica says, follow-up question, I already have a regular size 5-in-1 Wall Bravera, then you're good. Okay, lithium battery. Is that safe for paw pads? And yes, absolutely. Or do I need to buy the mini one like the ones that you recommend? No, I don't recommend the mini Bravera. The Bravera 5-in-1 is what you want, Monica, because that does have a 10 blade for the sanitary private areas, and also has a 15 or 30 blade in the paw pads. It would do a better job there. So you already have what you need, Monica. That's great. Excellent. Can anyone, Nor, hi honey. Can anyone put in the word to bring an expo to Egypt? I know. Either that or we're going to have to bring Egypt to the expo. That means you, Nor. We're going to have to bring you to the United States. How about that? I would love it if you could come here and we could go expoing. Oh, you would love it, Nor. Rose, there she goes again. There she goes again. Oh my gosh, this woman is crazy. You're welcome, Rose. It's my pleasure. You're getting saluted again and again. I'm glad to help. No problem, honey. So, you know, it makes me so sad that other countries don't have the expos and stuff because, boy, is it just great to get to know other groomers and to talk to them. It's just to touch the products before you buy them and see what you think. That's just, there's nothing like it. Kelly says, hasn't happened yet, but what do you recommend for the dog that has been skunked to get the skunk smell out? That's a good question. I have a video on my channel. You must go watch it. It's quite entertaining, Kelly. It's called Smelly Pet, I think, or Stinky Dog, or how to remove pet owners, and then I think the thumbnail says Smelly Pet or something. You got to go watch it, and you'll see what I recommend. It's pretty good. And it works. Let's see here. Shaz says, absorber towels. Oh, I love my absorber towels. I soak them in water vinegar mix between dogs, but they still smell terrible and stale in water. What am I doing wrong? You know what I found that I do, Shaz? I found that when I keep them wet, damp, you know, and store them in a plastic bag, then they start to stink a little, like mildewy. So what I now do is I let them dry. In fact, here, mine's right behind me. This one's dry. I let it dry. It's dry, and it don't smell. So that's the key. After you clean it, roll it up, let it dry, and then when you're ready to use it, you just rinse warm water on it, and it's ready to go again. So I find that they don't stink when you roll them up like that. I know what you mean. I was having the same problem. Jason Anderson says, how do you trim around a female dog's nipples? With a 10-blade, Jason. That's a good question. Just with a 10-blade, and hold on, I can see Jana has a question too. All right, go towards the nipple gently with a 10-blade only. Anything else could catch skin. A 7 could catch skin. A 30 blade's too short. It might irritate. So gently with a 10-blade towards the nipple. Hopefully that helps you, because it sounds like you may have a female dog that's getting ready to give birth or have puppies. So that's actually important. Okay, so Janice says, I still have a question about hair in the lip area and the back of the hind legs on Doodle. Learned so much on Saturday's demo. Awesome. Okay, in the lip area. I still have a question in the lip area. A lot of dogs get hair. Well, when we were trimming up in the flu, I'm trying to think of a video that I have on my channel that shows that. You pull back the corner of the mouth, and then it makes this all lay flat. And you just trim with the corner of your 10-blade only, just right along there, just like this. Just graze it, just to clean that up, because food and stuff gets stuck to that, and it can get all hardened, and then it can get irritated, and you name it. So I think that was your question about that. Either that, or also you can use a comb to pull hair out of the dog's lip and then trim it, or use a clipper if you want, after you use the comb to pull the hair out, because they chew on, and dogs that have muzzle hair and beards, they'll end up chewing on their hair a lot. So sometimes you'll want to pull that out with a comb and trim some of it off. I hope that helps, Jana. Let's see here. A couple more questions, guys, and I think I'm going to let y'all go. Terry says, funny, I keep looking out the window for the meowing cat. I think it's Libby. Yep, I know. She's so nosy, and every now and then it's your tail walking by like, get out here and feed me. She's so bad. Oh, I know it's loud, isn't it? A. Dunham says, I think Amy skipped a few questions, comments. I very well could have, honey, and I hope I didn't. Karen says, are you going to have a booth at the expo? That is in my plans, but not this year. I still want to feel things out a little bit, but I've been thinking about that, Karen. That's a good question. I see Sandra's question there too. Okay. Sandra says, I have several clippers that need a new blade drive. Where do I send them? You can send your clippers to, there's all kinds of clipper repair, but Kenchi.com has a service place on their website. They service clippers too, I believe. I'm pretty sure. Also, usually any blade sharpener service does also service clippers, okay? So Karen asked if I'm going to have a booth at an expo. I'm definitely planning to do that, but not this year. I just want to feel things out a little bit and see if there's a space for me, like if there's if it's necessary for me to do that, and what I would do if I had a booth. You know, would I just do tips and tricks? Would I talk about my favorite products and just kind of direct everybody to them because all the vendors are there? So I don't know. It's definitely something that I would love to do, Karen. And it's on my list, so I'm thinking about it. Monica says, do you have any tips on combing a Maltipoo? I find her hair is very wiry, out of control, and thick. Like I can't get the comb through it. Do I need to buy a brush for the undercoat? Yes, honey, you have to brush first. The slicker brush will remove the dead coat. The comb's really not going to do that. In fact, the comb's going to get snagged in the dead coat, and your dog's going to get mad at you. It's going to get really mad at you. So definitely a slicker brush. Use nice pull and pat technique to remove the dead coat. I pretty much demonstrate that technique in any of my videos where you see me brushing dogs. So just watch how I'm doing it. And that's what you would need to do. You're probably, for a Maltipoo, you're going to want some type of a nice smaller brush. You can get the Kenchi Gold, or not the Kenchi, the Le Pouche Gold brush would be wonderful. I don't know if that's within your price range. You can also just get a small slicker brush. And I think 4Poles makes them on Amazon, and they're actually pretty decent, and they're very affordable. Andis makes a small slicker brush. So that might be your go-to with that little Maltipoo. All right. Now, good night, Jane. I think I'm going to let you guys go. I am so excited to be with you on this Monday, just like every Monday. It's great to hang out with you guys and answer questions that help everybody, because it's often other people have the same question you do. So, TriStar Vet. That's my tub. Latricia says, Amy Lee, for the Bonvay pet trimmer, can you tell me how... I don't like that trimmer. Can you tell me how do I know what blade length I'm using since there is no number system? The largest blade setting is a 9. Then it goes to 10, I believe 15 and 30. So I think that might help you, honey. That clipper, I'm not sure. That clipper just doesn't, I don't care for it. Tasha says, when do you have an expo? Where would or be, wait, I have a question. When you have an expo, where would it be? And I want to know, okay, where would it be? I could probably do a couple. I know I like Hershey. I might try to do Hershey because it's closer to where I live. And that way, if I had to go and retrieve stuff from home or whatever, I would be close enough. There's so many shows that I like, though. I'm not going to say only the show in Pennsylvania. That's the Hershey show. But I probably would be interested in doing the Pennsylvania show for sure. Karen says, I would love to go to an Amy Grooming Convention weekend fun. It would be. We would have a blast. I will, guys, I'll let you know. I'll keep you posted. If I even just had a booth just so we can all get together and chit chat, I'd be down with that. So We'll see. No worries. I'll keep you guys posted. Hi, Sharon. How are you doing, honey? So I'm going to let you guys go for now. I love you. Keep your eyes peeled for some upcoming videos. Charlie and I are going to be releasing some videos from the footage that we took last Thursday. I cannot wait to show you guys those videos. And the force dryer video that I did reviewing a new force dryer, a new affordable force dryer for pet owners especially. That's locked and loaded and ready to go. I just need a product link. So as soon as they straighten out their act with Amazon, then it's a go. So you guys will really like that one. I want you to have an awesome week. I will see you next Monday, live from the grooming table. And I want to thank you again for being here tonight. I love you guys. Thank you for all the support and everything that you bring to this channel. It would be nothing without you. So that's for you guys. Here's a salute. This is a salute for all of you. This is for all of you for making this channel what it is and for helping dogs and helping each other. We're better together. And I'm so glad to be, I'm so glad for what we do. It's insane. It's the best. So I'm going to throw down a subscriber showdown for you guys, and I will see you next Monday. I love ya.